It is November 13th. It's the day before my birthday. And I'm on some public land here in south central Georgia. A place I've never been to before, never scouted it, never even just been here in general. And I got here around 3 o'clock this afternoon. I got my camp all set up. And then I went and set the stand up. The very first spot I went to looked absolutely awesome. So, set the stand up. It's going to be kind of the tester spot for tomorrow. We'll see if what's moving through there until I can get out and kind of do a little bit more scouting of the area. But hopefully we're going to be knocking down a big old buck this trip. This is a check-in hunt, and it's either sex days, so that means I can shoot buck or doe, and none of them will count towards my personal bag limit here in Georgia. So that's a plus. But anyhow, we're going to see what makes of this trip. It is cold. It's supposed to freeze tonight. It froze last night. Big cold fronts came through. It's supposed to be in the low 40s the rest of the nights, and the highs are only in the low to mid 50s. The only bad part is the moon. I'm not a fan of the moon because right now at 7:40, the moon is coming up. So it's going to be in the sky all night long. But it is the second week of November here in south central Georgia, which means big bucks are getting on their feet and running around checking for them first hot does to come in the season. So, with that being said, I'm going into camp right now. Gonna get on the bed. Got an early rise tomorrow. Try to beat everybody else to the woods, which probably is not going to happen because when I checked the sign-in list, there was about 64 people just on the paper list, and that's not including anybody that signed in online. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great trip. I'm excited, and I'm excited I'm getting to hunt on my birthday and hopefully kill me a big old Georgia buck. Alright, well here we are. First day, first set, South Georgia public land deer hunt. I'm excited to see what this trip holds for us, what this day holds. It's my birthday today. Hopefully I'll get me a birthday deer. It's about 40 degrees. Got the wind that's blowing. Said the wind chill was about 36. It's overcast. It just turned overcast maybe 10 minutes ago. It was clear skies. The moon was bright and showing everything, but clouds came over. That's it. It's supposed to be overcast for every day actually while I'm here. It's supposed to get some rain tonight, a little bit tomorrow morning. So hopefully these deer are going to be on their feet today for sure. They're rutting right now. They're really chasing hard, breaking up the ground hard. They're just getting on it. So hopefully this morning they're going to be getting on it right here in front of me, about 60 yards. First shot of the morning right there. Alright, let's get to hunting. Well, the rut is home. They came absolutely perfect. Now we just need a big old buck to do that. Or for those does to do that tomorrow. They're good tree stand snacks. deer's just super loud. Be really slow during the bark. Good morning. It is right at 7 o'clock. As you can see, I'm still in my tent, and as you can hear, it's still raining a little bit. It's been raining all throughout the night, on and off, heavy, light rain. It's just been on and off rain all throughout the night. Woke up this morning at 5 o'clock. It was coming down pretty heavy. Waited till about 5:45, still coming down pretty heavy. 6:30 rolls around, starting to get a little moderate. Now it's lightening up pretty good, but there's still a little rain on the radar that's about to be coming through. I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed and drive down to the spot where I parked, so that way I can at least wait for that next round of rain to come through, and then as soon as it's done, go right to the truck. Hopefully it'll dissipate and it won't even hit, and I can just go right to the stand. So we'll see. Hopefully this morning it'll move pretty good. It's still pretty cool. It said it's about 50 degrees, and with all this rain that came throughout the night and this morning, hopefully with it slacking up, these deer will be up on their feet moving around. So we'll see what this morning holds. Alright, we're heading back in to hopefully kill us a nice buck or doe this evening. There's some does at the skinning rack when I got back from the stand this morning. And when I was driving back out here now, there was a nice 8-point and a doe laid up at the skinning rack. So these jokers, they're hammering them out here just these past 2 days. But hopefully that'll be next on the list for shooting something. So it's been misty rain since I got out of the stand this morning. It was raining this morning. Now it's been misty rain all day long. So we're going to see if hopefully this evening these deer are going to be getting up on their feet, which I have a high expectation that they are. This is still pretty cool out, as you can see the way I'm dressed here. Still nice and cool. We got a mist rain coming down. Hopefully we're going to have us some deer shooting action on our side this evening. Good morning. It's the last morning hunt. I'm having to use my headlamp so y'all can see me, because it's not long after daylight or legal light, so there's not much light for the camera to pick up. But to give you the rundown, I'm in a different spot and I'm in blind. We got some rain that's coming. It's on the way right now. It's in the mid-40s. Wind's perfect in my face, but the wind is blowing this morning. So hopefully these deer are going to be getting up on their feet before the storm gets here, and they'll be feeding around. I got a creek bed in front of me, and I got pines with a thicket all behind me. I'm sitting along a fire break. So the hope is that these deer are going to be crossing over this fire break, going from either the creek bed to the pines or pines to the creek bed, and be able to get a shot on one. That's the hope. There's tracks going across that I found yesterday, and that was after the rain. So I know they're using it. It's just, are they going to use it while I'm here? And are they going to use it in this spot? Or are they going to use it 100 yards past me or behind me? We're going to see what happens. Hopefully I'll be letting mile 30-06 take a shot this morning. Don't really have too much to say, honestly. That's the biggest deer in general, like for public land. Oh yeah, that's the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life while in the stand. I've seen one bigger than that on camera, but actually in the stand, that's the biggest public land deer I've ever seen in my life. Ever. One of the biggest public land deer that I've got to see, just in general. Where he was going to go into, and I know he was going to go in there, because when he came out, you saw it kept looking like this. Because he came out, he was looking for the entry where there's a very well beat down trail. And he kept creeping. Like, here's the wall of woods. He kept creeping over and over. And what I didn't want to happen was him just dart right in there, because he was almost to it. And man, last day, brand new place ever been. Been dealing with the rain and the wind. 11 o'clock, Joker steps out. Why couldn't that happen, like, on a doe or something? But the biggest, one of my top, he'd have been right there at the second biggest deer I've ever killed in my life. You try not to get the feeling of just pack everything up, go back to the truck, go to camp, load everything and go home. Because, another deer could step out, obviously, but it's just, deer of that magnitude to step out is kind of a whole lot less. He ain't coming back out. That's a fact. I don't know how that happened. I was aiming for the chest, and it shot way up here. And that gun was on before I left my house, because I shot it. And at 100 yards, it was pinning a dadgum nickel. That's that. There ain't nothing else for me to say.